Hey everybody, welcome to the Infinite Regression. Yes. This is still the day that I've been sick. Called in. This is Tuesday. Called in sick. Earlier today, I reviewed Cat Quest 2 because I could only sit in one position. And I was like, I need to do something while I'm here. Anyway, I'm feeling a little bit better. I wouldn't say I'm feeling all the way better. That would be a lie. But I am feeling a significant amount better because I have napped so long. I've napped for several hours in spite of getting most of a full night's sleep anyway. Time to play another game. Now, here's the fun part. Okay, I'm not sure how this is going to go, but I have hopes. Because look, this whole row, I didn't like any of the games. This row, so far, I really like all these games. This one right here is the only one in the row that I did not pay money for. Typically, when I pay money for a game, I end up liking it. Why? Because I actually research the game and see whether or not it seems like the sort of thing that I would enjoy. I don't just buy willy-nilly. But them Russian hackers, you never know. Anyway, Catorize is a game that I did not pay money for. But we're about to, made with Unity, the sign of quality. Just kidding. I mean, okay. Can we alt-enter? Sweet. Okay. When we alt-enter the graphics become rather dingest. Parallax background, colorized world, darkness, windscreen, music, debug. Alright. So let's play. Level 1. Okay. Jump path. Oh, I see. Oh. Lose. Okay. Let's replay. We need to try to make our jump path like match that of the thing. Oh no, almost. Lose. I like this spaced out music. It reminds me of a Tetris clone I used to play, honestly. Oh no, that's lose. You know what's funny is that I am losing, but I'm not feeling like, clearly it's the game's fault. Like, obviously, I need to get, it's funny because, it's not, two jump misses. Yay, I did it. I got 2 stars because I took 2 jumps. Good, not great. Okay, let's see if we can do it in 1. That's the goal. Oh, come on. Like, you don't want to roll too much on... Like, you gotta come in a little bit... Anyway. Okay, let's do this. Let's not mug it up anymore. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Alright. Yeah, one of my obsessive things is that, there are games that I have not bought simply because they grade you on every level. As a matter of fact, I don't think I talked about it, but that's one of the things I really hated about Bayonetta, is that it would grade me on every level, and I would not be doing well because I was playing on a higher level than I needed to. No wind, or wind, jump to fly. Okay. So like I like a game that has like simple like simple game mechanics. Uh, like nice simple game mechanic is fun. Oh shoot. There we go. I cleared it. It wasn't pretty, but I cleared it. Simple game mechanics. That's fun. I like that. And like not taking me too dang it. Let's restart this. No, face the other way. Dingus. Okay. And obviously I need to hit this. And, oh. Oh no. Ah. I mean, it's okay. You know what? I'm gonna play the next level just to see if there are any. Oh. Oh, hey now. Okay. Okay. I like that, when you're in the win thing, like it gives you 0 chances to mess up. Like when you're setting up your shot, sand can get stuck. Oh no, oh no, oh no, and death. Okay. And there are 16 levels total? Alright. And like, by the time you hit the 3rd level, you're dealing with a reasonably reasonable amount of difficulty. Alright. Alright, Catorize, I see you. I see what you're bringing. Yeah, hold up and let me put a score on it. And I'm back, people. Hey, so how did I feel about Catorize? A little puzzle game. It starts out with a very casual feel, but then very soon you're like, oh, oh, hey now, this is not that easy. Pretty quickly, like it even when it shows you where you're going and gives you an arrow, it's hard to line it up exactly, and even if you do, it the velocity is the hard part. The angle is not the hard part. Anyway, so yeah, it's an interesting little thing. Throws you into it pretty quick, but does a good job of teaching you new game elements as they arise, which is pretty fun. Yeah. So Catorize, how do I grade it? Well, here we go. Final score 7 out of a possible 9 Angry Birds. Why Angry Birds? Because you're throwing an animal at a target. It like you can't escape the Angry Birds feel. I was trying the whole time while I was reviewing it to not say Angry Birds, because obviously you're not smashing things down. And there are obvious elements of Angry Birds that it doesn't have, but like there is an Angry Birds feel in the base game mechanic of the game. And 7 out of 9. Do the math. What is that? It's funny because a lot of people are like, oh, 7 out of 9. You only missed 2. Yeah, it's a C plus. Like, it's close to a B. It's not a B. It's, but it is a decent score because Catorize, it is a fun little puzzle game. That has a steep jump in difficulty right off the bat, and is you know uh, things that Angry Birds does really well, with the different types of birds and the different, like, planning out how you're going to use each type because you know which one's coming up, and knowing that you have to have a certain number of birds left if you want to get 3 stars on the level. With Catorize, it's a little less nuanced than that in the gameplay. It's just, can you get a good throw? But on the plus side, getting a good throw, you know that it's not just luck. Like, you really do have to, and it the game is very good at, having it feel like, oh, I could just do it again. Like, I could do it again. It's no big deal. Let's just do it again. You know, that you aren't losing anything, that you aren't at a disadvantage, or that you aren't bad at the game if you have to do it again, because there is that level of difficulty where it's like, okay, like, it's interesting. I don't know if it's glitchy or intentional that you can't, that at the apex of the when you're stuck in the wind, that at the apex, like, you can no longer aim. You can only aim on the way down and on the way up. And so you have to have a precise release point, but it gives you a very limited amount of time to shoot. And that wind, once it showed up, it, showed up in one, it showed up in the next one, and in a more complicated way. And, like, if that's level 3, what is level 16? Like, I'm sure there are other game elements that I have not seen, and, I'm sure that there's more to this game than I've seen. Uh, yeah. So, it's not bad. It's not my favorite puzzle game of all time. Angry Birds is, like, pretty high on that list because of what it brings to the table. But yeah, for that kind of game, it's a solid entry. And it was not purchased by me, it was purchased by Russian hackers. So good on you, Russian hackers. I know that you, like, bought it and used an auto achiever to achieve the things that you needed to achieve, so that you could get achievements and buy gem packs and trade them for cards and trade the cards for gems and the gems for, who gives a crap? Like, honestly, you silly Russian hackers. Anyway, so I have this game, didn't have to spend money on it, and will I replay it at some point? Yeah, probably. I mean, I have a lot of games. It's not high on my list. We'll say that. But it's also not like, okay, I have 2 files for where a lot of the Russian hacker games have ended up. One is the games that are okay, which is like, these games aren't offensively terrible, but I can't see myself replaying them. And then there's the file for, like, no, this game sucks. Like, this game is not even a game, or it's so not my style of game that I don't even want to see it in with the rest of my collection. So I have those designations specifically for those. So yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyway, people. Uh, oh, I just got a text from one of my colleagues who is subbing my class right now, which is good. It's good that he's subbing my class rather than anyone else, because, yeah, yesterday, this kid who, like, already failed my colleague's class of English 3 and is now in my English 3 class, and we're doing research papers, and so it's heavy points, and this kid is like, he's failing, but he's not failing so hard that if he actually tried, that he couldn't, make it up and actually pull out a win. Yeah, except he has no interest in that. He just sleeps in class. And I let him sleep in class because every day I tell them, I'm like, okay, here's how to adult. Here's how to be an adult. I'm going to treat you like adults. I've given you the amount of work that you need to get done. I've given you a deadline by which you need to get it done. Now you need to manage your time. Manage your time, get the amount of work I've given you done in the amount of time that I've given you. Ready, get set, go. And some of them are doing very well at that. Some are doing terrible at that. Some of them are, behind schedule, but they'll get there eventually. Anyway, he's one who um yeah, if this was him managing his time at a job where I employed him, he would have been fired last week. But anyway, the colleague of mine who is subbing the class is the person whose class he'll end up in next semester for a second time as a senior, still taking junior English. And yeah, so you've heard me mention it before. It's Steinmiller. Anyway, uh, the who is my colleague. Anyway, so at the end of class, where I was checking up on everyone, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at your sheet where I'm having you list out all your sources for your research paper. I'm going to look and I'm going to see how many sources you have. It's really easy. It's an easy way for me to check in and be like, okay, where are you? What have you got done? What do you not have done? Like, this is, we got to get on it. We got to, make things happen. Anyway, so, um, yeah, I'm looking at his, and obviously he doesn't have anything done, and he's not waking up. And I'm like, I'm not going to wake him up. I'm just going to let him continue sleeping, and we'll just see where this goes. Like, if he doesn't wake up at the bell, I've got places I've got to go. Like, as soon as the bell rings, I have to go out and stand outside my door because, um, there's been a spate of fights lately. Anyway, and so I wasn't going to wake him up, but one of his peers woke him up. I was all excited to have a. I've done it before. I've just left a student sleeping in my classroom. I was like, "Oh, you're still here," even though I totally knew they were still there. It's like, "Hey, sleep in my class. You get them consequences." Anyway, so he wakes up, and I was like, "Hey, do you like Steinmiller?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's okay, I guess." I'm like, "Good, because you're on pace to be back in his class next semester." So, if you get along with him, there you go. You have a fun time retaking his class after failing my class. So, these kids, what are they doing? Anyway, people, I forget why I even brought that. Oh, yeah, because I just got a text from my peer who is subbing my class. Well, I'm going to end this review. I'm going to text my peer back, and then we'll move on from there. Probably do another couple reviews today because I'm starting to feel like I can do a few reviews, and it's helping me feel productive in a weird way, even though there are other things I really should be doing. Like, I don't think I can do those right now, but I can review video games for how little effort I put into these reviews. You've seen them. Don't act like you don't know that it's not a lot of work on my end. All right, people, have a fantastic time. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.